Hey guys, it's Elizabeth from Aunt Liz's Pack. I'm about to do Q&A. It's a cold day in Dallas. I think it's about to snow or something, but whatever. I'm here to answer y'all's questions.
All right, the first question is, why does my dog show his teeth when I try to cut his nails? And do you think he's going to bite?
Most likely. Yeah, and if the dog's bearing teeth, they're probably going to bite. They're warning you that they're uncomfortable and they want you to back off. So what I recommend is to slowly acclimate your dog to the nail trimming process. So start slow. Don't do it when you actually need to trim the dog's nails. Always practice training when you don't need it. So also get a trainer if your dog's bearing teeth, but start slow.
Say hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom. What's up? I love you. Thank you for producing me.
Okay. How do...
Did she literally write that?
No, she's just watching you. Okay.
Oh, hey, Mom. Love you. You're beautiful.
How do I keep our puppy from counter surfing? Off and spray with water doesn't help.
I don't spray dogs with water. And if off doesn't work, you clearly haven't taught your dog off. Start with a leash. Have your dog on a leash. If your dog is counter surfing, they are not trustworthy to be off leash roaming the house. So go back to basics, which is fine. It doesn't mean your dog's broken, you're messing anything up. This is very common. So just go back to basics. Have your dog on leash at all times or on a long line. Watch them. If they start getting up, or put them in a sit, or do both, correct, and then immediately tell the dog what you want and then reward. So that way we're having clear communication. I disagree with this behavior, but I agree with this behavior. And then your dog, of course, just like humans, like we want to make good decisions. We don't want the guilt of making a bad decision. So yeah.
Can all dogs be restaurant patio dogs, or are there some who would just rather stay at home?
I personally believe all dogs are capable of becoming patio dogs. Even my girls at my house, they all have different history. One was feral, one aggression history, one just psycho. And they can all go to a patio with a pack of dogs. I can bring a pack of dogs to a patio, but that takes training. Some dogs really, especially if they're not well trained or not there in the training phase yet, they're not patio ready. And if you don't have a proper trainer guiding you, then some dogs, can't ever go to a patio. Always advocate for your dog. Yeah.
Will creating an anxious dog in a room with a calm dog calm the anxiety or stress the calm one?
Most likely it will stress the calm dog out. It depends how calm your dog can be, but typically it will stress the calm dog. So I recommend working with that stress dog first and then slowly integrating the stress dog as they calm down with the calm dog in crates.
How to reintegrate dogs after a fight, sad face?
That's a great question. So first of all, again, get a trainer. Don't try this on your own. But what I do whenever I break up fights is I don't separate the dogs. I separate them from the fight, but I keep them in the yard or area together, and then immediately we go for a walk together. I'll have one dog on each side, or if I have someone with me, they walk one dog, I walk the other, and then we go back into the yard, outside, always outside, and we put them on place or on the ground near each other so they can lay down, fall asleep, and have a calm imprint. And then we put the dogs up into crates.
Gerald's mom said, why are these two corgis so cute? Because they were the background.
I don't know. They were just born that way, and I can't get over it.
They're so cute.
And they're best friends too, by the way. It is the cutest little corgi party ever.
How do I check my dog's state of mind so I can advocate for her?
Body language. You really have to understand body language. The more dogs you're around, the more dogs you've worked with, or if you have a trainer that's worked with a lot of dogs, you can start understanding the body language in order to understand the state of mind. Because even some dogs will display body language that another dog would display for aggression or anxiety, but that dog might be displaying it out of who knows, like sometimes, like my dog Vixen, if I scratch this one spot, the spot, she like bares her teeth, but she's not baring it because she's like, it's like just one side, she's like, oh yeah, so also one of my dogs, her hackles go up when she plays, but she's not anxious, she's not going to do anything. So really learning and understanding your dog, and also the more dogs you explore with, the more you'll know. Something I like to do is I like going to a dog park without a dog, and I just look at all the dogs and I play this game with myself, and I start predicting, okay, this is what's going to happen, and so I highly encourage you to do that. And if you're wrong, you can be like, oh, okay, well, I misinterpreted that body language, or that interaction. So just learning more about dog communication, body language, and how other dogs express themselves, just like humans. We all express ourselves differently. And yeah.
Do people ever ask, like, why is this lady at the dog park by herself with no dog?
Luckily, no.
Yeah.
But probably because I'm like a quiet person.
Yeah.
Some people might be like, what? But other people that know me, like, oh yeah, she's like a quiet introvert. So I'm usually just in the corner, like creeping, like, but I'm so low key, no one even notices I'm there, taking notes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And you can wear your merch too, so you can self-promote.
Well, typically I'm just behind the bushes, creeping through.
How long should a walk for a puppy be?
As long as they can last. So puppies usually don't last as long as a mature adult dog, let's say like 1 to 4 years, right? So under a year, I recommend walking as long as they can last. If they start protesting, make them walk a few steps, then allow them to rest, but then keep going, and then give them breaks, give them more frequent breaks. Same with older dogs, give more frequent breaks, but older dogs don't go for as long of a walk. So just it depends on your dog, their energy level, their training level, but I always say as long as possible,
Should I correct my dog if he's growling? And does growling mean that he wants to fight?
Growling is a warning sign, so I don't correct growling, because if you correct that, it suppresses your dog from expressing their boundaries, right? So if you correct growling, next time they're not going to give any signs. They're just going to attack. So instead of correcting the growling, what I would do is advocate for my dog. Either remove my dog from the situation that's stressing them out, or remove the trigger that's stressing them out.
When new guests come over to my house, my dog barks at them. How can I stop it?
If they're barking out of anxiety, build their confidence. If they're barking out of excitement, create calmness. If they're barking out of fear, aggression, build their confidence. It depends why they're barking. So that's the number one thing you have to figure out, is why is the dog barking? And again, probably, get a trainer, because sometimes humans misdiagnose the dog. But also have your dog on a leash if they're barking at someone, no matter why. Yeah.
You had a comment on here saying high prey dog.
What about high prey dog?
Mm-hmm. Is that why they would be barking? Do you feel?
With the human? Probably not. Probably not.
Okay. How do you feel about giving anxious dogs CBD or hemp seed oil treats when I leave the house or when it's time for bed?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great addition, but it doesn't supplement training. So CBD can be a great addition, but it will not create calmness in your dog. Training does. I've seen a lot of dogs who do take CBD, but it is not a supplement for training. It can help aid the training, but it's not going to fix the behavior.
How do I get my 10-week-old puppy to stop nipping at me?
Okay, so at 10 weeks, that's pretty typical, and they're too young to, correct that behavior. So just redirect them with a chew toy, a stick or something. Keep them on a leash too. If you keep them on a leash, you can use the leash to avoid the dog from nipping on you. But at that age, it's normal. That's what they do. That's what puppies do. And if you don't like it, you shouldn't have gone a puppy.
Tell them the truth. I'm traveling soon and thinking about taking my dog on the plane. What do I need to know, and how can I prepare my dog properly for the ride?
You can start by practicing going to the airport. Obviously you don't have to totally go in, but you can even go to baggage claim or just around the premises. Just walk the dog, practice training, down stay, sit stay, loose leash walking, having the dog engaged with you. Also, a lot of airlines now are not allowing ESA. So if your dog's emotional support, they're most likely, a lot of airlines are eliminating it for good reasons, which I support. So a lot of them are only taking service dogs unless your dog, goes into the, under cabin, I don't know what's called. But yeah, so also read the airline's rules, because that's very important. I've seen, actually recently when I traveled, I saw people really upset because their dog couldn't get on the plane because they didn't do their research. So do your research first, and please train your dog. We don't need all these out of control dogs on airplanes. It's not safe, and it's just ridiculous.
You're telling me I can't bring my miniature pony on a plane?
Or my boa constrictor.
Yeah.
What?
My dog gets carsick. Any tips on how to help him?
Great question. So what I do with car sickness is I just start getting the dog in and out, and then we just sit in the car. Now, when they get comfortable and they're not anxious with the car off, we're just sitting in the car, then I turn the car on. Then I wait for them to calm down. Don't pet them. Don't give them treats. You're reinforcing the anxiety. Just let them go through it. And then when they're calm, turn the car off, end of session. And then start building your way up to where you can start moving the car. Just a little bit. Turn it off, wait for them to calm down, repeat, keep building it up. A lot of people just, anxious dog, they only take their dog in the car when they need to go somewhere, and they don't want to take the time to train their dog before it's necessary. Again, always train when you don't need it. That way, when you need it, everything's good. Because when you need it, you don't have the time for training, right? So,
how do I help my dog's separation anxiety when I go back to work after COVID?
That's a really good question. Start crate training. Crate training, have your dog in the crate while you're home. You can even, practice place work, take your dog on long walks, practice having your dog in the crate while you leave your apartment or your house and go for a little walk. Just slow steps,
What is the best way to prevent a dog fight? And then the second one is, what's the best way to break up one, which you kind of already addressed.
Yeah, so to prevent one, depends on the dogs. Depends on the situation. I don't feel comfortable answering this because there's so many scenarios and every dog is different and every altercation can happen differently. So hire a trainer.
Okay, I want to become a dog trainer. Where do I start and what certifications do I need?
Find a reputable trainer that can become your mentor. Hands-on learning is the best way you can go. How I started my journey is I had a mentor who had over 40 years of experience, and she was my first mentor. I worked with her every Thursday, and then she helped guide me into school, and then I found more people to mentor, more people to shadow, more workshops to attend, hands-on experience. For certifications, you technically don't need any. I have multiple, but there's so many other schools you can go to. I went to Animal Behavior College. I'm also AKC, CGC certified, and then so many workshops, seminars, all that. First aid, CPR, definitely get that certification though. That's really important. But best experience is hands-on experience.
Brinkley and Happy. it's time for them to... Is that okay?
I think she's got them.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Sounds like she's got them, yeah.
Why is giving eye contact or staring at my dog triggering for him?
Oh, okay. So if you have a fearful dog, eye contact, staring at them is a threat. So you're giving them more anxiety. A happy-go-lucky dog, a puppy, too much eye contact is such a reward that they go crazy, right? An aggressive dog, too much eye contact can cause you to get bit. So that's why you have to really understand your dog or the dog you're working with and go with the flow, connect with them. So if sometimes I'll give a dog a little bit of, eye contact, then I look away, play hard to get, right? And then some dogs I'm like, I'm not going to give you any eye contact because I know it's going to stress you out. Then some dogs I'll be like, okay, just slight, and just to check in. You don't have to be afraid. And it also has to do with the stage of training they're in. But you really have to feel the dog you're around.
Any tips on dog-to-dog separation anxiety?
Yes, that's a great question. Thank you for that. That's really, really good. So, I have 3 dogs, and I always make time to work with them one-on-one, or 2-in-1, and vice versa, and then all 3, right? If they're always together, when one's away, the other's gonna get stressed out, right? So you always want to mix it up, and you always want to make time for that one-on-one attention and separate them, create time. So important, so important.
And then any tips on dog-to-dog resource guarding?
Yeah, resource guarding.
Each other, I guess.
Yeah, well, each other or whatever. Resource
I guess it says like dog.
in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get a trainer. There's too much to say about this. Leadership is a huge part of it, but I'm going to say get a trainer because I don't want to discuss resource guarding and then have anyone do anything wrong. Actually, I'm about to make a video on resource guarding, so check that out. But again, if your dog is resource guarding, people, dogs, anything, get a trainer, a dog behavior specifically.
And it's possible for a dog to resource guard another dog.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How do I mentally exercise my dog when it's too cold outside for physical exercise, like today?
Well, first of all, quit being a wimp. Should have got a hamster, as my friend Jimmy from the UK says. Should have got a hamster. You should see Taylor right now. I'm so proud of you actually for being outside right now because you always get so cold. But it's like just bear through it. They're dogs. You know? They need exercise. They need fresh air. It's so important. Even with me, it's cold outside. I used to hate the cold so much, but I learned how to bear through it. Wim Hof. Look up Wim Hof. Embrace the cold. Figure out your breathing so you can handle the cold. Figure it out. Problem solve and get your dog outside for a walk. And then, go for a walk, go for a bike ride. And you can also do treadmill training and mental exercises in home if you can't do like a 5-hour hike that you usually do. But still, don't be a little and get outside with your dog.
Do you have any mental exercises on the top of your head to do?
You can do doggy push-ups. So sit, down, sit, stand, down, sit, change it up. Leave it exercises. You can get some puzzles. You can play hide and go seek. You can practice place work. Love place work. Practice threshold work. Counter surfing. Jumping on gas. You can practice the doorbell, but again, you'll have to get your jacket on, your gloves, because you're going to have to go outside while your dog's in a downstay, hit the doorbell. So many things, but still walk your dog and do mental exercises, which you should do regardless of the weather. Honestly, colder weather and rainy weather, if you have a reactive, aggressive, fearful dog, perfect times to work with your dog. Utilize it. Be like, yes, the weather is horrible. No one wants to be outside. I have this dog that I usually have to be on alert with. Go embrace the streets. You have them all to yourself. Do it.
What can you do to give your dog a job so they feel like they have purpose?
One thing is you can have a backpack, have them carry something in their mouth. Agility, scent work, bite work, again, mind games, herding. You can even get a flirt pole to help fulfill their prey drive. One of those, I forgot what they're called, but I call them herding balls. I don't know. Actually, tri-ball is another great thing. I love tri-ball. So, yeah, mental stimulation.
Can frequent visits to the dog park cause behavioral problems?
Yes. Don't go. Unless you're by yourself, then go.
Let's see here.
It creates excitement, can create anxiety, frustration, aggression, all the things.
How long does it take to How long does it take to train or rehabilitate the average dog?
Every dog's different. I can't give you a quote. Every dog's different.
Why is my dog reactive on leash but friendly off leash?
Probably overexcitement or fear or you. I'm getting real today.
I like it. Okay. What is your overall goal as a dog trainer?
My overall goal is to help people find themselves. So many of my clients, they're just beautiful people and they're just so caught up in this man-made world that they have anxiety themselves. And of course, my main goal is to help the dogs, obviously, but helping the humans is just this amazing aftermath that happens, and seeing people start learning, like, I don't need to care about this, I don't need to care about that. I could go on about this I might cry.
Yeah, don't cry.
Working with dogs has saved my life, and my goal is to pay it forward.
How do I properly socialize my nervous dog?
Again, get a trainer. Every nervous dog displays different habits. I don't feel comfortable giving examples because I don't want people trying it at home.
Any tips for dogs who fixate on distractions while on walks?
Get them more focused on you. Be more exciting. Get a trainer, but be more exciting than the distractions. You always want to be the thing, like nothing else in the world matters other than you.
The best way to have introductions with other dogs. So I guess what is the best way?
Start with a walk. Always walk. You don't have to walk them both in your hands, but start with a walk. Structured walk. Don't have the dogs in front of you pulling, lunging, barking. That's not structured. Have the dogs next to you, behind you, in a calm state of mind, walking near each other. Number one way, yeah.
How to help a deaf dog adjust to daily life?
What's a deaf dog struggling with? Dogs use their nose to perceive reality, so I need more context, because for all I know, that dog probably has a good ass life. Don't feel sorry for the dog. That's the advice. Never feel sorry. Feel blessed.
Last question for our Q&A is tips for a dog who is fearful around humans and housemates.
Get a trainer. Get a trainer, because I don't know what fearful means. Are they biting? Are they lunging? Are they backing up? Are they at flight risk? I need more context. Let's pretend they're flight risk, like feral or almost borderline feral. Have them on a lead. Don't look at them. Don't talk to them. Don't touch them. Just have the lead like tethered to your belt loop or your arm, and ignore them and just go about your daily life as they follow you. That's the only advice I'll give if it's like feral-ish, not quite feral, whatever. Yeah, basically get a trainer.
Moral of the story.
Yeah, moral of the story.
Okay.
So cool. All right, thank y'all so much. Have a beautiful day. If you're in Dallas, stay warm. And remember, it's not that cold, so still walk your dog.